Dogs, when you come down to the river, we can't get a car. So I've just set myself up amongst some rocks on the edge of the river, and the dogs walked out down in front of me. Looks like they're going to keep moving now. Oh, welcome back everyone. This is the real deal. We've just got a report that the dogs have been seen. We are racing, so we are going to be going up and down through some possibly bad signal areas. But we've got Yuka and Xander standing by in the studio back on Pridelands. And so again, it's been a long day, and we were getting a little bit worried, but the dogs have been found. And it looks like they are in a really good signal area. We're just rushing down the western boundary at the moment, heading towards the south. And again, a massive thank you to everyone at Thorny Bush, the private game reserve, who've allowed us to come on with grants from the Endangered Wildlife Trust to do the world's ever first live wild dog collaring. This is a world first. So if anyone is not watching you think should be watching, share this link right now. And obviously once we slow down, there will be some time to answer questions. But for now, we're on a Ferrari safari, like a lot of you have enjoyed with me with wild dogs. Okay, we might lose you as we go through this little river. Oh, bouncy bounce. We might not lose you. So, the badger loves chasing wild dogs, and it's been a while since we chased wild dogs, in the badger at least. Now remember, this is a free roaming pack of wild dogs, and we have been up and down through all sorts of incredibly beautiful areas here on Thorny Bush Private Game Reserve, and we're just absolutely ecstatic that they've been found. Actually very close to where we stopped looking for them at about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock this afternoon, and we went down south and east, then we went way up north, and we split into two teams. So Grant is with Joel and we're here with Ben, and we're going to meet up now together, and fingers crossed.
Hope we get a dart in.
Hope we get a dart in. Got about an hour and a half of light, maybe hour 15 minutes. Oh, Brian, you're still there? You haven't fallen off? Okay, good. And apologies for the glasses, it's just the dust from the other vehicle. I need to hopefully not crash while rushing. And I got so excited I even forgot to get up the chat. There's a squirrel alarming, we've seen lions, we've seen rhino, we've seen buffalo, we've seen lots of elephant. No, we didn't see lions, we saw lion tracks. Fortunately quite far away from where we're going. Now you might actually hear elephant's trumpet as we shoot through. Okay, this I think we might lose you here as we go through this big dip.
How far are we, guys?
I have no idea how far. Following
mix so long.
Well, it seems like VM's new signal is working in places we couldn't even imagine it working. Tech whiz indeed. And to make sure Tech whiz is still behind us. Can we see he's coming. Oh, pugnacious Anth. Now, as Ben knows very well, a lot of game capture and wildlife work is wait, and then frantic panic, organized chaos.
Usually the way it works.
I actually know this area, and it is relatively open compared to some of the areas we've been in earlier today. Oh, we have a giraffe roadblock. Get everything up and running here. Let's see if I can get some questions while we slow down for a second. It sounds like everyone's very exciting. Sorry, I'm going to try and get... there we go, that's the one. So as I said, everyone, and fortunately for a lot of you being in North America, they seem to have waited for you guys to all wake up, have a nice Sunday breakfast before joining us. Now, for once in my life, I'm hoping not to find hunting dogs. I'm hoping to find fat dogs that have eaten impala already. Normally, following hunting dogs is my most favorite thing to do in the world. Oh, is that kites? Could be getting close, and they could be on a carcass. So, 2 bird species, very interestingly, have learned that dogs are such prolific hunters that they will follow them. And that is yellow-billed kites and black kites and hooded vultures. And depending on where you are in Africa, I've never seen kites following dogs in South Africa. But in Botswana and Zambia, the yellow-billed kites, oh, there's the other team. So we are getting very close now. And this is a popular sundowner spot. Seems like the dogs decided to enjoy it as well. And there's some ellies here as well. Oh, they're the dogs that are on the move. They're the dogs on the opposite side of the dam. So I think Grant's going to probably jump in with us. He's got to choose. Oh, you behave yourself, elephant. Isn't that absolutely stunning? Oh, behave yourself. To you too. And there's a young elephant bull, so we're not taking his shenanigans too seriously. So remember, guys, share this everywhere. And we can see if we can get more people to witness this 100% live. Look at that. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? Dark, stormy skies and the painted dogs. Oh, what a beautiful pack. Now, unfortunately, they are still on the hunt. Oh, hippo giving them a bit of a rev there. Good, thanks. How you doing? Nice to see you guys as well. Do you know which dog we're darting? Or yeah, you do.
So
okay.
The adult female, preferably not the alpha.
So now, of course, they've gone back behind us. Oh, they're coming back behind us. Oh, they've seen something. They're on the hunt. Hold on, hold on. This is where it gets really fun. Just let me know if I need to slow down for you, Benny. Sounds like they've actually, looks like one of them might have actually caught something. There we go, coming back. They've caught something, they've made a kill. Sounds like they might have just made a kill. It's okay, guys.
Let's see, what have we got here?
It's a female. So it looks like something very small, possibly a Stenbok duiker, or maybe probably a baby impala at this time of the year. Okay, so we've got, is this not the alpha though?
No, this might be an
this
alpha.
looks like an alpha female here off to our right with those teats.
There's another.
It's a boy.
It's a young chap that. It's probably a yearling.
I'm going to try to sneak forward a little bit.
No problem.
So it looks like the alpha female there. Or is that the alpha female?
There's the adult on the right.
So the reason they're quite nervous at the moment, guys, is they've had 2 run-ins with lions in the last week, and they've lost 2 puppies to the lions. So they're on high alert. You can see the adults are actually letting the pups feed, and the adults are standing by on guard. It's a boy. Pretty pack of dogs.
Back animal is full already.
Here comes this another male. A baby impala by the looks of things.
One way on the left.
With the white on the shoulder.
Oh.
Oh, she's pretty. There's a boy coming up towards us. Okay. So of course we're just gonna get everything ready and Ben will wait for the perfect chance. Let's have a look. Where are these dogs behind us? Is that a female there? Walking behind.
Male.
So of course the reason I want
If you can
forward. Oh, there she's. Is that no? That's a boy.
also a male.
So Grant will explain the dog choice. Once this is all done, once we've got the animal sedated, at the back with the leg.
Yeah.
It's lying down there now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Two are male, and the
Males.
rest are pups.
So she might, I think, is this not her walking towards us here?
Yeah.
She's going to go back. Oh, she's the one lying down, eating the leg. Let me see if there's a gap where we can off-road around the corner here. There you go, it looks like there's a nice ellie path, exactly where we need one. Thank you so much, Babu. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. If you do get any good questions, you can read them to me. I'm going to concentrate on getting Ben in the right spot for now. So there's a few different reasons not to collar the alpha, Noel. Don't run away. She's gone away. She went back behind the pups. There's the one with the white on the shoulder there.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go forward a bit more. Tell me when. Good dot. In the bum. Got it, got it.
Visual.
The nice thing now that they've got a carcass is, there we go. Brian, you got it. Brian's got it on camera.
Okay, exactly 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock on the dot. Rosalind, we will be collaring one female. And sorry, Noel, we got a bit sidetracked there. The reason we're not going to collar one of the alphas is because they often go right down into the den, particularly the alpha female, and we're looking for a female. And a collar could be obtrusive when she's going underground. She's coming back. Okay, is that her coming back? She might come back to the carcass. We're just going to sit here. There she is there. She's got that wonderful white marking on her shoulder. There she is. You can see the dot in her bum.
She's going to be very wary of us now.
Yeah, so I think we just sit tight. Everyone's just going to wait here. We're not going to move much now. We're very lucky they literally caught an impala as we arrived. I was keeping up with them.
So we're about a minute in, guys. You'll see she, in the next minute or two, she should start showing sign of the drugs. She's not showing anything yet. I can see she's still very responsive to her environment. and within about 5 to 6 minutes she should be down.
Yeah, she's coming back.
Yeah, she's coming.
Oh,
now.
you can even see she's looking a bit wobbly.
Looking a little bit wobbly. She's starting to look at her surroundings a bit differently. Look at her ear movement there. You can see her face drooping. She's looking at funny things there. She's going to a backward stance. So this is going very well so far. Alright, so once they're down, we also usually wait before we approach them. That's just because if they aren't completely immobilized, you don't want to scare them. That pushes adrenaline into their system, and it actually kicks off some of the drug off the receptors, and you don't have a good quality of anesthesia. So we'll wait probably about 8 to 10 minutes before we approach. We'll put a blindfold on her, and we might just move her to an area where it's going to be less stressful for the rest of the pack.
Here we go.
There she goes down, and just somewhere where we can work with her safely. So yeah, so everything's going well so far. We'll just have to see how this pack reacts when we fetch her, although I don't think we should push them off. They might just move off if we're lucky by themselves. And then I think we want to work quite quickly, just so she can rejoin the pack as soon as possible, as soon as we've got that collar on.
And see the puppy's still fighting.
You guys will see there as well, Joel's already got gloves on, so whenever we work with any free-roaming carnivores, it's always good to, just a good precaution to wear gloves. There are certain parasites, specifically a roundworm called Echinococcus that is transmittable to humans and that can cause disease in humans. It's always just good safety measure to wear gloves and wash your hands after working with these animals.
So Janet's wondering whether the other dogs will try to protect her once they go down, once she goes down, or once we try to collect her.
Generally not. They don't really respond to her. They might go up and sniff her and look at her. They just think she's having a snooze. But they will react more to us, but they won't show any aggressive behavior or anything like that towards us or towards her.
Marcy, will we bring her back to where the pack is once the collar is on?
Yes, definitely. We'll drop off as close as possible to the pack. They might move off after feeding now, and then we'll try to drop off as close as possible. Brent, I think if we
Let's
can
go around.
reverse and
Sure.
I just want to see how she's lying, that she's lying breathing nicely.
Hello, pups. Looking for scraps. So you can see, even while we've been sitting here, the pack has relaxed quite a bit, and he found his scrap. How are we doing there, guys? Not going to put anyone in the thorns? There we go. It's the joy of the badger. Tiny cars.
Great darting vehicle, let me tell you.
Yeah, nice and open, maneuverable. So how much have I got there, Bebop?
Push a bit. Good.
So guys, we will be answering questions and stuff once we've got the animal safely away from the rest of the pack and start doing the process of putting the collar on. So it won't be too long. So if you do have any questions, just hold them for a little bit. Oh, there's a puppy fighting over a baby impala head. A little bit gruesome for the sensitive viewers. You might not want to look at that. Oh, hello, pups.
So we just want to get our blindfold out now.
Grunty, your pet's arrived.
Yeah. Shame, man. What was it, an impala?
Impala, yeah.
Johnny, so we 6 minutes in now. We can probably try to go in. You want to wait for Yeah, it was only her and the alpha. And there's 2 big males and the rest I just saw pups. I think there might be 3 males.
3 males.
No.
So this is that female with that big white patch on her shoulder. She's beautiful.
Yeah, I thought there was only 1 female, but it's 2 females.
So there she is.
She's not the alpha.
No, I saw heavy teats on that other female.
You have to work here, or do you want to go to the river?
Up to you guys.
I think maybe let's...
Anyway,
They seem so bloody relaxed, eh? We might as well.
you can even work on that for one down there.
We can...
Do you want some
what
gloves?
about that seat, John?
Can't you? Or you can put it on the bonnet if you want. No. Can you pass us some gloves, please?
I don't have that many.
Wait, I've got gloves. I do have gloves, I forgot.
Oh, word. Super nice.
No, you can't.
This is the perfect darting gear.
Let's move there.
Can you put things down for me? That box.
Go for it. So, Babu, if there are any questions that need to be answered, just feed them through to me in my ear, please. So, guys, just watch out. Just remember, guys, this has never ever been a world first. The first ever live collaring of an African wild dog. Awesome. Okay, so we just heard there's a big herd of elephants on their way here.
You can put that box in here anyway.
So we're going to move to an area where it's open and safe so we don't get caught by ellies in the thickets.
Okay, like that. Bernard, do you want to hold
Okay.
it on there?
Okay, we're going to jump into the badger. I think you're going to lose signal. Angel, indeed, every single wild dog, what we'll do is, Brian, I'm going to get ahead of them so you can... so yes, indeed, every single wild dog has an individual fingerprint pattern. Like our fingerprints, like every single zebra has a separate set of stripes, leopard spots. No one animal is exactly the same. So we're just going to head out here. There's a nice big clearing near the dam there. But we just want to move away from where that big herd of elephants is coming. Now, we will put her back as close to the pack as possible, but they are incredibly good at finding each other after these. And it is very sad that we are forced. What do you see? Oh, there's more dogs here. Okay, looks like another dog caught another impala this side. Okay, I think we're going to move around so you can see the ellies. Well, some of the ellies on the opposite bank of the dam here. So I think we're just going to move around. Nice big open area. Nothing's going to surprise us. Oh, there's the rest of the pack coming off here. So we're actually following the pack. The pack are also moving away from the elephants. Now, a lot of you would have seen elephants are not the biggest fan of wild dogs. So here's the pack here. So CNAC, as with all the stuff we do with wild dogs, there will be a DNA sample that will go into the greater DNA database, because the wild dogs or painted dogs in South Africa with EWT, they run every single individual little population, whether it's been fenced or Greater Kruger, as part of the same genetic population, and that way they can move dogs around to ensure that the genetics stay great. Yes, so for those of you wondering, we're on Thornybush Private Game Reserve, and the guys have been absolutely amazing today in helping us. We've covered a lot of ground, and you can see she's had a bit of a meal already. Nick, can you grab us the socket set? Hey, Granty.
Oh, no, it's fine. I got mine.
Have you got yours?
So yeah, there we go. Nice female. She's probably a
What I'm
2-year-old.
going to do is put my mic here so Ben can talk. Keep talking, Benny.
You can see she's just had a meal. I can actually feel there's quite a lot of bone and cartilage in here. If I'm poking it, you can look at the blood here. The legs. And your wild dogs very interesting. I mean, if we just compare them to a normal domestic dog, they've got the exact same teeth structure except their premolars, and these are made for shearing, so they shear meat off the bone. They're much larger than your domestic dogs, and also the incisors quite a lot larger. Same size canines though, and the molars are also a little bit bigger than normal. And yeah, you can just see, I mean, their bone structure is just also a lot more developed, a lot more prominent than a domestic dog. They're just completely made for endurance and for running. I mean, there's not many domestic dog breeds except maybe your huskies that you can relate this to, but just, absolutely athletic animal if you just look at the bone structure and just the way they're made up. Bit of blood there, we'll clean that up now. That's where the dart was, and you can see here's our old scrap. Might be from a hyena or another dog where they had a bit of a tiff, but this is quite normal in dogs. Wild dogs, often see them with a bit of scars and that. We won't actually treat that. I'll put a bit of wound cream on that, but nothing more.
Isn't this absolutely amazing, guys? Granty,
Yeah, fantastic.
happy days.
It worked out. The first live collaring.
First live collaring ever. This
Pulled
is
it
a
off.
world first, and not only are we sitting here collaring a wild dog, we have elephants, we have hippos. The rest of the pack is still very close. They're just underneath the marula tree there. So this is absolutely amazing.
You have to use that one. I'm pretty sure I don't have one of those.
Now, these packs have been vaccinated already.
Uh,
A question from
This specific pack hasn't. No, so it wasn't vaccinated as part of the vaccination program in Kruger. One of the individuals has been vaccinated when a snare was removed, so it was vaccinated for rabies, but it wasn't part of the vaccination campaign that we did in Kruger.
And then quite a few people are asking, will this dog be vaccinated?
Yeah, that's what Ben's got in his hand now.
There we go. That answers all your questions. So, yes, this dog will be vaccinated.
Vaccine, so we generally just go subcutaneously in the neck area, and we give them a double dose. Wild animals get 2 mils, while carnivores compared to a normal domestic dog, which usually just gets about 1 mil. Here's our vaccine.
Kim, if you're joining us late, and if you guys are joining us late, you are joining the world's first ever live collaring of an African wild
Will you hold
dog.
that there for me, Grant?
Or
Or do you want to get that?
African painted
I just
dog.
want to see if
They
I
are
can
an
get that in
endangered
quick.
species. They are less than
Just hold up the
6,000
vein for me.
in the wild in the whole
Squeeze.
of
You can come
Africa.
stand this on.
And what we're doing is we're fitting a
See,
satellite
I'll try
tracking
once and then
collar
if I'm
on
doing
her.
good,
And
just
the
squeeze like
reason
that.
we're doing that is so that if she moves into an area which might become under threat due to human-wildlife conflict, we'll be able to actually
Guys, this is so awesome. They finally found a pack of dogs, and then actually, fortunately, they just got the impala, so everything worked out perfectly after all. And they just lost the signals, but I'm sure they will try to get the signal back as soon as they can. So as soon as they are ready, we will send you back to that side. Babu, what did you say? What did he say? Can you copy? Babu? Oh, okay. Yeah, so sorry, they're still fighting with the signal, so we will send you back to the field as soon as they're ready. But yeah, we have been waiting for so long, so this is so awesome. They finally got to the stage. They actually can do their work that they wanted to do for the whole time. So this is amazing. I'm sure there's a lot of questions coming through. Hi Boo! Hi guys, yes, I've been waiting with you guys as well. Hi Rosalind, hi Sherry, hi Kim. It's so awesome to share this moment with you guys as well. This is actually so exciting. Yeah, so all the technical questions about all these vaccinations and all the meds, Ben in the field and in the Joel will be able to answer you guys. So as soon as you guys are back to that side, you'll get all these answers for these questions. I think they are back on the signal, so I will send you back to Brent and Ben in the field.
Start as well. If we need to drill holes, we can mark a plan. Okay, we're back live. Sorry about that, guys. We are live from the middle of the bush. Sometimes we do have a few technical difficulties. You can see the guys are busy finishing attaching the collar now, and then there's going to be some blood work and other things happening that Joel and Grant and Ben will explain to you.
Alright, so we've got quite a bit of sampling that we have to do on this animal. We're going to do nasal and rectal swabs. And can the guys hear me? Where's the microphone? Oh, there. We're going to be doing nasal and rectal swabs. We're also just going to get a skin sample for DNA analysis, and then Joel's going to do a whole range of blood collection here. So this is just for EWT and Grant's records that we can put this animal on the database, and also just for a biobank. So whenever we mobilize a wild animal, we collect samples like this, goes in a biobank. So if for whatever reason one day there's a researcher that needs a blood sample or a DNA sample, then it is available. It's kept safe in a bank. And Grant will just show you here the collar. You want to chat a bit about the collar, Grant?
Yeah, so the collaring project is part of a project within the Greater Kruger National Park in collaboration with Sam Parks, Veterinarian Dr. Louis van Skalkberg, and it's linked to a real-time monitoring system, which is a completely incredibly unique platform where we're going to be monitoring their range through the GPS collar, the tracking device, and then we're also looking at, as Brent explained, human-wildlife conflict. So if they're moving outside of the areas or the boundary of protected areas, we're looking at snaring risk, and then also disease. So when they come into areas of high risk, the collar then sends an alarm through the system, and then we can respond to that alarm sent through the system. These collars were donated through the Voucher Legacy Foundation as part of the Greater Kruger Wild Dog Project, and we'll be monitoring the dogs permanently for the next 3 to 5 years.
Very, very exciting. Incredible. I'm still getting glimpses of the rest of the pack, not far away, which is also good. Obviously they will be joining. Just turn that one up and down for me, please, Brown. She will be joining them quickly. They are very good at finding each other after these type of operations. CNAC would like to know, Grant, when you get back, where do all these samples go? Where do they get stored? What happens to them?
So as Ben mentioned, they get stored in a biobank. So other or future researchers can look at them. The biobank is within Skakuza at the veterinary facility there. But we do testing for diseases. Canine distemper and rabies are two of the biggest threats from a disease point of view. So we'll do testing for that, and then just for genetics as well. So the blood samples will be stored in the biobank, and we look at genetic sample, or look at the genetic history of the population, just to compare it to the rest of Africa, and look at the genetic variability within the population to ensure that they are healthy. So they are stored in the biobank.
So there's a couple of questions. How heavy is the collar?
The collar is just under 500 grams, 450 grams.
Someone out there do the maths for me. What's that in pounds and ounces? But it's very light.
Yeah, it's very light.
It's very, very light. And quite a few people are wondering what are those big knobs sort of on the collar?
Okay, so the top is where the GPS unit is housed. So that's the connecting via the satellite. And the bottom of this unit is where the battery is housed, as well as the VHF. So it's got two separate functions within the collar: a GPS satellite unit and a VHF. And the VHF is the very high frequency radio tracking device, which enables us then to track them via the receiver. So if you put in the frequency of the collar, which got a unique frequency for each collar. You can see that pulse that it's giving back and the beeping sound. That indicates that the collar is receiving, or the receiver is receiving the VHF collar or frequency from the collar, and then we can track them over and above the GPS downloads, which we get once every couple of hours.
Thing if you want.
Now, here we go. So here we go. It's 0.9 pounds.
Yeah,
There
exactly.
you go.
Thank you, Nick. Barbara would like to know for Ben and Joel, how long can she be sedated for with a full belly, or does that make a difference?
It does cause a bit of a worry, so they do get a little bit of tympany sometimes where, you know, there's fermentation going on. Currently there's no tympany, there's very little. I can feel there's no tension whatsoever. We're going on about 20 minutes exactly now, 21 minutes. But usually after about 45 to 50 minutes we want to start waking them up. That's when they can start waking up. And I was actually looking, I was taking a rectal sample. She's quite light. She's still got good anal tone. So so that's one of the ways we evaluate the quality of the anesthesia. So she's in a good plane.
And in her prime at about 2.
Yeah, just over 2 years old now.
Thank you.
Yeah, and then another person will ask the question here is, why don't we collar the alpha female?
Yes.
And just as a reminder, so we don't collar the alpha female because when during the denning period, if they go underground, then you're losing that signal. And then also obviously when she's pregnant, then she's putting on weight, and then the collar might tighten. So we ensure in terms of the tightness of the collar that it's not too tight. You can fit in a couple of fingers underneath the
We
collar.
have a specific numbering system for this project.
So ensure that it's not tight, the collar's loose enough, but not too loose that it can't go over the head, and also that the front leg can't get hooked up into the collar where it can get stuck. So it just has to be just loose enough that there's a little bit of leeway, not too tight that it's strangling the dog, obviously. There is some movement of it, and with the weight of the battery on the bottom, then it hangs the collar down, but it will still move from side to side, so there is a bit of breathing room or a little bit of a gap between the collar and the dog.
Do you want to get involved here and cut? How we're going to get this thing
Have you got your 11?
I do.
Oh my God, sorry, I just want to quickly take a blood smear. Yeah.
So Noel, no, that the way the collar is put on, there is very little chance that they could get caught on something while running through the bush. And generally they're quite good at avoiding it. They move through the bush at an incredible speed. Remember, wild dogs can do about 60 kilometers an hour for up to about 5 kilometers in distance.
put this in the sample packs with the bloods.
So CNAC, as everyone's been saying, there is a satellite receiver there, so people can actually track the dog without having to physically see it. There will be uploads throughout the day, but if you want to physically see it, because the satellite doesn't upload all the time, then there is a VHF collar, which is a radio signal. That is the beeping you heard when Grant turned on his receiver. Leanne, the rest of the pack, the last we saw was probably about 150 meters from us, just over near that big marula, and they've just had a meal. And actually quickly, while the guys are working, you might see the hippos doing something quite strange over there. And that's how we found out sort of that the dogs were in this area today, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That one of the game drives said, well, there's crocodiles and hippos fighting over an inyala in a dam. And that often happens when wild dogs are around, because the animals run, will even try to go past crocodiles to get away from wild dogs. Okay. Kim, I see everyone's answered that nothing is Tudor. The blood all over the front of her legs and her face is because she has just finished eating a baby impala.
Charlie, I'm going to take a little bit of a tissue sample here from the ear.
I'm just getting us a clamp.
Okay,
and
great.
yeah, it's coming there in that orange box.
Kelena, it's unlikely that this female at her age is going to breed. She's probably going to stay with her natal pack, and that's why this individual was chosen. So one of the younger females might disperse. Now, you never know. There could be a catastrophe in the pack. Lions might kill the alpha female. But at the moment, she is the best candidate from the pack. The rest of the adults around her age were males. grumpy Ellies. Noel wants to know why a tissue sample from the ear in particular.
Just because it looks like it's a natural place where they often get little cuts and tears in the ear, so you're not taking it from somewhere. So just a little flap of skin that's used in for genetics as well.
So Catherine would like to know, will this collar fall off by itself?
No, not this particular collar. So the reason why we've gone with these collars is it's one of a kind in that it's got a replacement battery. So you can then redart the animal in a year to a year and a half time and replace the battery. So we'll replace this collar, and then that gives us up to 3 years worth of time. Whereas generally a GPS tracking collar only lasts 12 to 18 months.
Now, of course, this is incredible because generally collars are incredibly expensive, and at the end of an 18-month period, they're dead.
Yep.
They're done. You can't use them again. So these are brand new collars that are being used, I think, for the first time on dogs.
Yes, the first time I've used them is on dogs.
So obviously, C-Max watched quite a lot of other stuff. He says, why are we not using oxygen on the dogs? I think he might have watched us use oxygen when we were transporting dogs.
Yeah, and the reason with that is just because when you're transporting dogs, then they're going to be under for a lot longer. You're having to top them up with the sedation, but this dog it's really relaxed. It hasn't run around or hasn't been under stress or under heat. So the one single dosage is no real concern in terms of overheating and the oxygen.
Also nice and cool at the moment. It's late in the afternoon. The weather's actually quite lovely to be working on an animal.
Almost done, Bennett.
Overheating.
Yeah. Okay, I just need to get photos.
Right. Sure. You want to turn it?
We can get a photo on this side first, and then you can flip
Your
it.
phone's away.
Yeah.
Just watch my cat turn
On the ground or?
Yeah, let's put it on the ground.
Okay.
Now, of course, these photos Grant is taking now are going to be for the ID purposes, and there is a whole ID bank of photographs, and there's some really interesting new technology that's been developed that we will be hopefully getting you guys to help us with on the new year. If you are members, if you've downloaded the Painted Dog app, and if you are the first one to identify a new dog from a spot pattern, you might even get the chance to name that individual.
That's very important, so we always turn the dog over its chest. That's just, especially if it's eaten.
Look at that. There's that incredibly beautiful white marking. It almost looks like a dog.
Yeah.
It's a running dog. She's got a running dog on her, that white marking there. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? Sorry, bro.
Those other dogs, we lost for their visual.
But not far up.
Oh, great. So we
Yeah.
can just wake her up. Okay. Oh, yeah,
Yeah, quickly.
Great. Anything more?
I think, where's Vim? Is he? There he is. But I think we need a shot with Vim and the team. And guys, thank you again. I mean, Thorny Bush has been absolutely incredible in helping us do a world first. This has never been done before live. So thank you very much to everyone at Thorny Bush for their incredible support during the day. So come, where's Vimpy? You ready there?
Oh, I've got one. Have you?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Come on, guys. World first. Come get in here. So we'll just do it. The running dog.
Yeah, it doesn't
It looks like a running dog. Who are we missing? Where's Ben? Ben and Joel.
Come, Jolie.
Isn't this absolutely incredible, guys?
Oh, what lovely animal there. You can see she's starting to get a little bit lighter, so she's reacting on the nasal swab as well. We're going on exactly half an hour, so we still have got a bit of time. It would be good to wake her up before all the other dogs disappeared too far.
Oh my absolute goodness. Incredible. Absolutely incredible, guys. Another world first with Endangered Wildlife Trust. We've done a few world firsts together, Granty. And of course, awesome having Ben and Joel from Wildscapes with us. Always great to work with you guys.
Melissa wants a photo.
Melissa wants a photo. Come get a photo, Melissa. Melissa, you're on the camera live. Why are you blushing so much, Melissa? Don't blush, Melissa. Your red cheeks are red. All the photos are going to look red now. Okay, cool. Okay, everyone. Let's just wait for Jolie, and then let's get one with Ben, Joel, Grant.
So Joel's just getting the reversal there. And once the reversal's in, she should be up quite quickly. Once the reversal's in, she should be up quite quickly. Grant, do you want to?
Yeah, you can go. Here's the alpha now.
Okay. Yes.
I think I would suggest we wake her up at the top.
Yeah.
Somewhere away from the
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, also a bit further from the vehicles. Let's take a Grant to that second dead tree, maybe. You guys are.
Yeah.
I'm just facing that way. The rest of the pack have just made a kill over there, so maybe turn in that direction.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's grab this.
Okay. As well?
Yeah. Someone might have to move the badger, because Brian can't move. It's the signal. Are you good?
Yeah. No, I just try to get under her belly. It's hanging down.
It's a big engine in that little car. Yeah, I'm pointed towards the back. Oh God.
I'm going to do an arm wake up then.
Where did you learn? What is he doing?
I'm going to do an arm wake up then. She's going to take a bit longer. Is that alright?
Yeah, that's fine. I'm trying to figure out why Nick doesn't know how to drive a car.
Pretty dog, eh?
Very.
Stunning animal. This has this white here, and she's got a, if we take this off, she's got a dark face. It stood out immediately.
Yeah.
All black.
So what's hair and fecal is different?
Hair and fecal?
Does anyone have a leather?
No.
No.
You can just, but we'll get some. She's empty,
Yeah,
I felt,
there's a little bit.
Yeah.
So they're just taking some fecal samples now before we wake her up. So we just heard the rest of the pack is right here, just beyond this marula tree behind us, and they've just made another kill. So she'll find them very, very quickly. There's less than 200 meters between her and the rest of the pack. Oof. Nice and smelly there, Granty.
Very.
Such a beautiful dog.
Okay, are we ready for wake up?
Yeah, let's wake her up.
Right guys, so we're just doing a simple intramuscular injection. I'm going to this area here. Heavily utilized muscle this, so we'll just inject her here. Normal, always just withdraw. Make sure we're not in a vein there. So that's the reversal for the butorphanol or the opioid. Might also just use this muscle. I like using this muscle because I don't really use it for running or as much as the leg muscles. And there's our reversal for the metatermidine or the alpha-2 agonist. So it's just the midazolam. She's still going to be a little bit underwidth, but it won't affect her behavior at all.
Just got the splint still in, I think. So there we go, guys. Absolutely incredible.
30 46 minutes, and she should be up in the next 5 minutes.
Okay, so let's come this side, everyone.
Yeah, move further back.
Move away. So we'll just. We're just gonna sit. We're just gonna sit here.
So pop out of range.
Yeah. Okay, come, Melissa. Okay, so most of everyone, let's just move back further down. A few people will stay here. Brian, maybe jump up onto the car. We can take our gloves off. Whew. Well done, team. Let me find see if there's any questions. You can hear the hippos in the distance. Now, Verm doesn't like it when people tell him things are impossible, and that's what people have told us about doing stuff like this, Grant. But thankfully we've got friends and partners like you who believe in the madness. Okay, let's see. I think I need to update my chat. Okay, yes, everyone says they actually wake up quite quickly.
Yeah, it will be a little bit longer than normal. Normally about 2 minutes, but probably about 5 minutes. And you can already see that her breathing's actually started to increase, and she was already quite light and starting to respond just in terms of the external stimulus. So she'll be up and running and not groggy at all as soon as she's worked the antidote through a system, and she'll be up and running.
So Ben, this one's for you. Noel, why 2 different rehearsals?
So there's a combination of 3 different drugs in the actual darting cocktail, and 2 of them we can reverse very easily. You can actually reverse the 3rd one, but we generally don't do it. It's not necessary. So that's just to reverse the butorphanol and the metatomidine that's in the darting cocktail.
Oh, again, I'm starting to see a little bit of flickers in the ears almost there. I thought I saw a little bit of movement.
About 3 minutes in, so she should be up soon. Usually it's us talking that spooks them and gets them up. They get a little bit of a fright, but it's fine. It's good enough to get them going. And then Grant, you can add to this. We might even get a bit of vocal action.
Yeah, so once she's up, very good chance that she will call using the call that we've been trying to get them to come to us the whole day, which they didn't respond to because they were in a completely different area. She'll call and then find the rest of the pack, and we might even hear the audio once they've met up. Then they will be very excited, and there will be the chittering and the greeting once she's met up with the rest of the pack.
Well, thank you to you guys as well. I mean, a lot of you have been up the whole night waiting for this, and of course the dogs waited till sort of the last possible moment to make an appearance. But I'm blown away that we're actually. I was a bit worried, I won't lie, guys, that we were going to be back for the rest of this week every day, driving around looking for those dogs. Here we go. Now, I also know what it's like to wake up from anesthetics. I don't come out well.
Yeah, surprisingly they 100% fine. It's always a worry from the public that they might still be very docile, but they generally, I mean, you wouldn't even know she was darted if you see her running into the pack 5 minutes after she's woken up, you know. So yeah, 100% awake.
Catherine says she likes to think the dogs waited for her to wake up before appearing. Wendy says efficient and well coordinated vet work, Ben and Joel. So we can actually hear the car, and that's where the rest of the pack are. So not far at all. They made another kill, and obviously at this time of the year, the dogs do make a lot of kills, particularly with the baby impala. I think my record was 14 baby impala in a morning from one pack. She's getting there, starting to see a bit more movement. I saw a little ear flick a second ago. There we go, guys. Oh, whoops. And off she goes. And perfect direction, straight towards where the pack is. We can hear the vehicle there. We might hear some calling. Yes, I think there'll be a few apple juices tonight, everyone. I'm not gonna lie. We went where we used to be. We weren't allowed to say. We probably have a few whiskeys tonight. There's not going to be any apple juice around. Wheelie Girl, the other dogs are about 70 or 80 meters directly in front of her, on another kill. It's all happening. Elephants chasing hippos behind us. Oh my goodness, guys. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. This has been an absolutely... She's just behind this bush, just looking around. There we go. She's moving westish. We're not going anywhere just yet, guys. Now, of course, guys, thank you again for your support of this this live event, and you guys have helped raise over $1,500 that goes directly towards this event and the collaring of this dog. So you guys also deserve apple juices. I don't care if it's 7 o'clock in the morning where you are, you deserve one. So really, really, really awesome. Kim, she will pick up their scent. They actually ran in that general direction. But if she is unable to, she'll start who calling. And you would have heard a lot of who calling today, but coming out of speakers, not from wild dogs. She's just getting her bearings. I'm pretty sure she can smell the pack. The pack have been over this whole area extensively. Not the wild dog's friend calling to the south. Some lions. Fortunately far away. Noel says, I've been up too long to have an alcoholic drink. Fair enough. There she goes. She's heading straight towards where the rest of the pack are. Oh, I think she might call. She's going to pop out just on the left of that. There she is. And she can probably hear them if they're still feeding, which we can't hear from this distance. Catherine says, Ches, I'm definitely going to go enjoy an apple juice. Pam, absolutely wonderful job. EWT, PDTV, what a day, well done. Thanks, Tanis. And off she goes. So again, just a massive thank you to everyone who's been involved. You guys at home, it wouldn't have been possible without you and your support. Of course, to the incredible Grant Beverly from Endangered Wildlife Trust.
No, thank you, Brent. I think we're changing the world together with these live dartings. We're stressed a little bit.
Yes, only couldn't find them.
Couldn't find them, but I mean, still, you know, I think your followers do know these are wild animals in a massive area, and it is lucky more than anything else to find them. Like, obviously, when we heard about the Nyala that had been chased into the dam, we were a good 30 minutes away.
We were right up on the north near the Timbavati boundary.
Yeah, so I mean, all's well that ends well, and yeah, I'm incredibly happy because it's an important pack to have a collar on and to monitor. One of the dogs, as I mentioned, did have a snare around the neck a couple of months ago. Fortunately, the snare hadn't started cutting in; it was loose. Joel and Ben managed to dart it and remove it, so it's going to be a very important pack to monitor as part of our Greater Kruger Wild Dog project. And yeah, it's. What more can you say about?
Yeah, I don't know.
Relieved,
excited. And of course, we're really happy to have such amazing vets like Ben and Joel from Wildscapes to work with. True professionals. And it always goes easier when you have a good team.
Yeah.
And remember, you guys are part of the pack. So remember if you've enjoyed it, you can go back, grab screenshots, tag EWT, tag Painted Dog, use the hashtag part of the pack. And who knows what craziness we'll be up to next year with Grant and Wild Dogs.
Awesome.
So thanks very much, guys. We love you lots. Good night. We're going to go have a lot of apple juice. Tag EWT, tag Painted Dog, use the hashtag part of the pack.
Hi guys, thank you so much for today. What time did we start? We started like 8 o'clock in the morning and we are nearly 7 o'clock here in South African time. It has been a long day with you guys, but we really do appreciate your participation throughout the day. And thank you. So we do this, for love of wildlife. We do love what we do, and we love that you guys are always there to support us. And thank you so much for that. And I'm sure there will be many more amazing moments to share with you guys. So stay tuned, and I will see you next time, hopefully. Thank you so much, and have a good night or morning for the other world of the side. Bye.